Abracadabra, we're back with another episode of Science with Sam and Stacey. Now, this week we're going to be talking about magic. I don't know any magic, but I really enjoy watching it. And the best part is that a lot of magic is actually science. And we've got a whole bunch of resources that I'm going to put in the description below that you can check out and find out how to do all sorts of magic tricks yourself. And from what I hear, Sam has some really cool tricks that she wants to show you how to do. So let's take a look.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Science with Sam and Stacey. Today we're going to work on magic tricks. Now, as you probably know already, I'm not a wizard, I'm not a witch, I didn't go to Hogwarts. What most magic is misdirection. So you want to pull people's attention away from what you're doing to something else, and then they won't notice the trick. Since most of our magic tricks today are based in science, we don't actually need to pull things away, it's just little reactions. So that makes it just a little bit easier. Now, I have 3 super fun experiments. My first one is got pepper, water, and soap, and many people see it as germs and washing your hands. It's pretty fun. Then I have a balloon, and we're going to take a look at static electricity. And last of all is a special surprise experiment. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll just have to watch. Okay, so experiment number 1. Need a plate. Need some pepper. Mine came in teeny tiny packets because that's what I had here at the library. But you probably have a pepper grinder mill at home. So you can use that too. All pepper will work, or should anyways. Okay, first, just put a little bit on here. It might be easier to use a jug. Just a thought. Oh, and don't forget, because I did already, dish soap. Okay, so we're gonna think of this pepper as germs. We're gonna take our germs and dump them in the water. Okay, now we take dish soap. We're gonna put a little drop on my finger and see if it can scare away all these nasty germs. Oh, that's so much. Do you think it'll work? Wow! Oh, that worked even better than I expected. Now we're gonna blow it up. So this is about static electricity. Now, I'm going to bend the water. So you know static kind of makes your hair stand on end. Maybe if you've been jumping on the trampoline a lot, makes your clothes stick straight down. Yeah, that kind of thing. What we're gonna do is try to get some static on this balloon. And you hold it next to the water. I'll make the water turn towards it. Let's give it a try. Think I rubbed it enough? My arm feels staticky. Okay, it's kind of working with that. Let's see if it works with the water. Oh, look at that. If you hold it close, it'll pull some of that water. You can hear it as it sprays on the balloon. You can see on my balloon, maybe all those water drops. Pretty cool anyways. That was satisfying. All right, so those are my 2 experiments for now. I do have one more special experiment, so stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to our final science magic experiment, or rather magic science experiment. I think I prefer it in that order. Okay, so we don't actually need very much for this experiment, except for a towel, which I forgot. and I might not need it. It would be better to have it on hand. We're going to try it without. Okay, first things first, we have water. It's going to be a big part of it. I just have some in my water bottle. I mean, you can use anything. You can pour water in. Pretty easy. Just tap itself. You also need a little plate or a big plate. Any size plate is fine. But the thing you might want to do is make sure the plate is porcelain or glass, not plastic, because we're going to use some fire. You'll also need a candle. I brought 2 candles so that we can test whether a different size of candle might make a difference in the experiment. Plus, it's a really cool experiment, so you might want to see it more than once. We also have a lighter. This, of course, means that we should have a grown-up to do it, because lighters are dangerous. Thankfully, I'm a grown-up, so I can do this experiment for you. So just make sure when you try it at home, you do it with your adult. The last and final piece of our experiment, other than the towel, but I'll grab them both at the same time, is a glass cup. I'll be right back. Towel, cup. So I did grab that towel just because it was already there, but we want to make sure we use this glass cup. Again, glass, not plastic. We're using fire and we don't want to melt anything. Okay, first things first. This is a super simple experiment. The kind of, as with most of these tricks, the way to really show it up and wow people is to add in your own showmanship. The tricks do it on their own to an extent, but if you want to throw in some magic words or some wand movement, some pow, that's all up to you. You can do it however you want. I'm going to pop this candle in the middle of my plate. Doesn't need to be the exact middle. There's lots of room for error. I'm going to pour some water around it. You can't really see as I'm pouring because the water is clear, but I'm pouring it just to cover the very bottom of the plate. You don't want too much. You can always add more if you need it. Yeah, if you want to use colored water, it would make more of an impact. If you watch my egg video, you know that I don't actually have food coloring at my house. So I don't really have anything in my house that would be good for dyeing it, so we're going to do it without. But at home, you make some adjustments you definitely could. I bet you glitter would be cool. Again, no glitter at my house. Okay, now comes the really fun part. Lighter. I never get it first try, but you know, that's all right. All right, just make sure you light that wick. Nice. It's lit. Now all you do, very, very simple, glass cup, place it down over the candle. This is where your magic words might come in. Abracadabra! As you can see, the water is slowly filling up. The candle is actually starting to float on its own and boil, which is pretty cool. Super simple, just kind of fun. Okay, so I'm going to lift it up very carefully. I'd recommend you lift it up over a sink, just because it would be easier. Let's see. And less likely getting water all over your kitchen table. Your parents and adults will likely thank you. We're going to reuse that same water. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to pop this different, bigger candle. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Fire. Oh, there we go. All on its own. It's nice and bright. So I pop it over and go, abracadabra. It sucks up the water all the way up to here. Would you look at that? Very cool. Now, on to why does this experiment work? What makes this happen? So, essentially, we're creating a vacuum. So, you probably have a vacuum at home, so it sucks in the water. What the candle does is it burns up the oxygen out of the air, and then it sucks in the water with the heat, and then we get to have water in the glass. Super cool. All right, guys. See you next time.
Oh my gosh, that was so cool. All of those tricks I've never actually seen before. And now I'm really excited to go try them out. I don't know which was the coolest. I think the bending water was pretty amazing. I've used balloons and like made them staticky on my hair and stuck them to walls, but I've never seen them bend water. I didn't know you could do that. As well, the candle, we'll have to be careful with the light or the flame on it, but how it sucked the water up like a vacuum into a cup, amazing. I'm gonna have to give those a try for sure. Let us know what your favorite one was in the comments below, and let us know if it works for you. Talk to you next time on Science with Sam and Stacey. Bye!